Good evening to you. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for joining us tonight. Kentucky is now one step closer to legal sports wagering. The Kentucky House advanced House Bill 606, allowing online betting and wagering on sports at horse track and other facilities. Our Phil Pendleton has more on what happened with the bill today and what happens next.
House come to order. Members, proceed to your seats.
Arguments for sports betting from those who say billions are spent illegally in the state already, and it's time to regulate it.
Look, people are overwhelmingly for this concept in the state. I think it is it's an easy yes if you want to be a yes, but historically these issues are easier to vote no on. We'll just see how it goes.
It's passed.
It passed 58-30 out of a chamber with a conservative Republican supermajority who typically don't approve of gambling-type issues.
When I first ran for office, I made a commitment. I made a pledge. I gave my word that as a member of the House of Representatives, I would not support any measure that expanded gambling in the state of Kentucky.
Is that it is there, whether we like it or not. We can ignore it and let what's going on in the world continue to go on, including in Kentucky, or we can deal with it.
The bill sets up betting at horse tracks and track-owned facilities, and there's an online option.
Also, you'll be able to download an app, and as long as you're in the state of Kentucky, you'll be able to use it.
Live and historical horse racing machines carry a 1.5% tax. The app has a 0.5% tax and simulcast a 3% levy. But all of that will be addressed in a bill expected to be heard on Monday. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the bill now goes to the Senate, where it may face a much tougher road. The Senate president has said previously support for the issue is lacking in that chamber. If the bill passes, Kentucky would join 32 other states that have already legalized sports betting. Well, let's take a look. All of those states are highlighted on this map in red. Looking a little closer, every state bordering Kentucky but Missouri has some form of sport betting legislation pending. Well, Governor Andy Beshear has vetoed a bill that would limit jobless benefits here in the Commonwealth. House Bill 4 would cut benefits from 26 weeks to 12 weeks. Well, the governor says the bill would disproportionately affect people in eastern and western Kentucky. The bill will now go back to the legislature, where lawmakers will decide whether to override the veto. A federal judge rules former Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis violated the constitutional rights of two same-sex couples by denying them marriage license back in 2015. In an order published this afternoon, a United States District Judge of the Eastern Kentucky District of Kentucky granted summary judgment in a civil lawsuit that the two couples filed against Davis. Well, that settles the question of constitutional rights without a trial, but so far there is no decision on whether Davis will be on the hook for the likely hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees accrued over the 6.5 years of litigation. Well, Representative Hal Rogers announced more than $4.5 million going to Eastern Kentucky communities as part of the Partnership for Opportunity and Workforce Economic Revitalization Initiative today. He thanked the Appalachian Regional Commission for the investment, which he said he hopes will boost healthcare, workforce training, tourism, and leadership development in the region. That includes $1.5 million to Hazard ARH, $1.2 million to Eastern Kentucky Pride Inc. in Somerset, and $500,000 to the Leadership Kentucky Foundation Inc.
A few scattered showers and storms tried to work through the mountains a little bit earlier on today, and a lot of them didn't even make it through the region. But we're not quite done yet, and in between those two rounds, we've been dealing with dreary but mild conditions around the mountains. Out front of the building here at WYMT, overlooking Black Gold Boulevard here in Hazard. Nothing but overcast at the moment, but we are dry. We have seen a couple of peaks of sunshine try to work through, but we've been quiet all day. There's a few more peaks of sunshine as we go through the London area along I-75. Still plenty of clouds, but some of that sneaking on through. Starting to see a little bit of clearing out to the west. That could actually enhance the severe threat as you head out toward West Kentucky. But for us, I don't think the severe threat is much of an issue as we are dealing with some potentially heavy rain a little bit later on. You see that swirl over Missouri. That's low pressure heading in our direction. Mid-50s overnight, scattered showers and storms with us, and some of those could linger into tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon. I'll have the details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you again. State and local officials gathered in Johnson County today for a ribbon cutting for Eastern Kentucky's first build-ready site. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from Governor Andy Beshear and other officials on why this is so important for the region and the entire state of Kentucky.
Governor Andy Beshear paid a visit to Eastern Kentucky on Friday, cutting the ribbon on the region's first build-ready site.
Speed to market right now is the most important thing to companies looking to locate in Kentucky, and we, I believe, are better as a state and localities than anywhere else.
Aiming to boost the local economy by being prepared for businesses to build immediately.
It's a big deal. I mean, we're talking about dollars that make a difference. Any prospective user or occupant of that property will already know that certain things have already been done that makes that property suitable to build.
Making it easy for potential businesses, since utilities, foundations, and high-speed internet will be ready for quick connection.
15 acres ready to go for some company that wants to come and get some of the hardest working Kentuckians helping their company, the better off we'll be.
Creating new jobs.
Our goal is to have a 50,000 square foot spec building on this site. So 50,000 square feet obviously has the potential to employ a lot of people depending on what that user might be.
And leading the charge for economic prosperity.
It gives us a chance to be an economic powerhouse, a leader, and to never follow ever again.
For the Big Sandy region and all of Kentucky. In Johnson County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Johnson County also received a $250,000 grant from Kentucky Power to help with industrial and economic development in the region. Rescue crews are attempting to remove a car from Dewey Lake near State Route 302. Our sister station, WSAZ, reports that the Director of Law Enforcement for the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources says the car went off the road and into the lake before being reported by a fisherman. Now, rescue crews are getting the car properly secured to bring it out of the water. Well, they say it's a difficult recovery because of the depth of the water and the embankment where the water reaches a depth of about 9 feet. Now, we do not know if anyone was in the car, but the coroner was called to the scene, and of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. Before Governor Andy Beshear's visit in Johnson County, he made a stop in Martin County. Governor Beshear awarded more than $400,000 to the Martin County Water District for the Better Kentucky Plan's Cleaner Water Program. This grant will help upgrade or repair the county's infrastructure and provide more accessible and cleaner drinking water to the citizens of Martin County. The governor assured that the $400,000 would not fall back on the people in Martin County.
So today's $400,000 is a grant. In other words, it's not being passed on to the citizens of Martin County. So us doing our part to help to ultimately move forward to a future where every Kentuckian has access to safe and clean drinking water. That's a basic human right.
Well, Governor Beshear said the work of Martin County concerned citizens. The Martin County Water District and other stakeholders were important factors for today's announcement and milestones, and have been doing wonderful work to ensure cleaner drinking water for those in the county. On Friday, several Technology Student Association schools from Eastern Kentucky met for the first ever regional STEM fair in Hazard. WYMT Zach Hawk stopped by to see what some officials think is the future workforce of Eastern Kentucky.
1 year ago, there were 0 TSA schools in Eastern Kentucky. Stanley Pigman, originally from Knott County, worked with the Department of Education to change that.
Our purpose is to, frankly, to find more students and introduce them to STEM programming.
But it's not just to find the students. Pigman also works to fund them with scholarships and inspire them. To help, Hazard Community and Technical College and the Challenger Center partnered to host the region's first ever STEM fair.
The students, 1, get experience in the various different areas of engineering. 2, they allows them to apply what's happening in the classroom into a more technical and real world kind of application to that on a small scale, and then also see the connection from that to post-secondary education and the actual workforce for that.
285 students compete in engineering contests and present projects. The students network with teachers and scholarship recruiters, and some already have their eyes set on future projects.
Today we presented a magnetic levitation train, mag lift for short, and it was actually to intended design to improve America's infrastructure as far as speed and just helping the commute.
I've only seen one event today. All we're doing is talking to teachers and students. And I tell the teachers, you're our talent spotters. Find us the talent. That's why we're here.
Finding talent for the future of work in Eastern Kentucky and beyond. In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the Technology Student Association is a national career and technical student organization. Only TSA members have the opportunity to compete at regional, state, and the annual national conference. Officials in Kentucky hope to grow the number of TSA schools in Eastern Kentucky in the months ahead. Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is keeping Dolly Parton on its ballot, even though she asked to bow out. On Monday, the country music legend said she wanted to decline her nomination to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But after a few days of radio silence, the answer came. Dolly will still be nominated. The Cleveland-based Hall of Fame responded saying, quote, "We are in awe of Dolly," unquote. Besides, 1,200 ballots have already gone out to voters with Dolly's name on them. If selected, Dolly could join diverse nominees this year like Eminem and Duran Duran.
And that famous rock artist Eminem. A couple of gusty storms will be possible as a cold front moves through tonight. I've got the full breakdown on the way next.
And still to come, one key part of Clay County's efforts to revitalize local tourism is nearly finished. What this could mean for the community. Stay with us.